Have you ever achieved something you once desperately wanted, only to feel strangely empty when it finally happened? Maybe you smiled for a moment. Maybe you posted about it. Maybe people congratulated you. But deep down, the feeling faded almost instantly, and before you could even enjoy what you achieved, your mind was already focused on the next thing you hadn't done yet. If that sounds familiar, then this video might explain something you've quietly felt for a very long time. Today we're talking about people who never celebrate success, and the hidden psychology behind why achievement can feel emotionally distant to certain minds. For some people, success feels exciting. They celebrate. They slow down. They allow themselves to feel proud of how far they've come. But others experience something completely different. The moment they reach one goal, their brain immediately moves the finish line further away. Suddenly, what once felt impossible now feels ordinary, and instead of appreciating their progress, they focus on their flaws, their mistakes, or everything they still haven't accomplished yet. Psychologists often connect this to something called conditional self-worth, the belief that your value depends on constantly proving yourself. So instead of seeing success as something meaningful, the mind starts treating achievement like survival, something you're supposed to do just to feel acceptable, and that creates a painful cycle where nothing ever truly feels like enough. Some people learn this pattern very early in life. Maybe they only received praise when they succeeded. Maybe they grew up feeling like mistakes mattered more than effort. Or maybe they spent years comparing themselves to impossible standards. So now, even as adults, resting after success feels uncomfortable, almost wrong. Their mind keeps whispering, "You could have done more." And here's the part most people never talk about. Many people who struggle to celebrate success are actually incredibly hardworking. They're thoughtful, driven, emotionally resilient. But because they're constantly focused on improving, they rarely stop long enough to recognize how much they've already survived. They downplay their achievements, dismiss compliments, and quietly move on to the next pressure waiting in their mind. It's like climbing a mountain while refusing to look down and realize how far you've already come. Over time, life stops feeling rewarding and starts feeling like an endless race against yourself. But despite all of this, people like this often care deeply. They want to grow. They want to become better. They just forget that being human was never supposed to feel like a constant performance review. Sometimes you're allowed to pause, to breathe, to acknowledge your progress without guilt, because if you never allow yourself to feel proud, your mind will keep turning every victory into another reason to keep running. So if you've ever achieved something meaningful and still felt emotionally empty afterward, there's nothing wrong with you. You may have simply spent too long believing your worth depends on what you achieve, instead of who you already are. Tell me, do you struggle to celebrate your own success too? And if you enjoy these kinds of psychological insights, subscribe for more. The next video might explain another part of yourself you've never fully understood.